Hi everyone, Senior Scientist here with an emergency update on Bitcoin Cash. And I'm talking about Bitcoin Cash because that has from the coins I'm looking at, probably the highest upside potential in the immediate short term. All right, and when I talk about immediate, I mean likely today. So this dip that we're having on all the coins really is basically pulling back the slingshot. They're all bullish, extremely bullish. Okay, and I think it's getting ready to go within hours here. So Bitcoin Cash, we're on the daily scale. Let me get into the hourly scale and show you what's happening here. So we came up, we broke above the 618 there, came back down to the 0.5, and just notice one thing off the bat here. We got higher lows. This theoretically could come all the way down, maybe match that low right here, this one. I'd be fine with that, but I don't know if that's even going to happen. I mean, we're talking a few dollars, even if it does. But this thing's it is honestly getting ready to pop. So if we look at the pattern, the structure of all this, everything is extremely bullish. Like, it's gonna go here. I'm convinced today. I wish it didn't. I wish it would hold off a few days. I've got a lot of money coming in. I'm sure a lot of people do on the 15th, and I was planning on really loading up more, but I sold a lot of my other coins right now, just for right now, and put it all on Bitcoin Cash because that target we talked about. So if we look at AMP, the duck he who wants Bitcoin Cash too. If we look at AMP, just to kind of show you where we're at right now on Bitcoin Cash, let me go back to the hourly, even on AMP. It'd be like, no, let me go to the daily. So it'd be like this, okay? If we're getting this little dip right now, and it would be like right here on AMP, okay? And you would be sitting there going, oh, we're getting this dip, but in reality, we're getting ready to actually do something similar where we got 28%, 87%, in the matter of just a few days. I think we had 215% rise. So we see that also kind of how it comes down. So I mean, maybe we're on that dip or whatever, but one of these dips. The point is, like, this pattern in Bitcoin Cash, it happens frequently, and elsewhere in the market. And so we can kind of look at that and go, all right, so we can be confident that we're within a day or two of launching. Everything's extremely bullish. The RSI, I mean, look where the RSI is at here. Okay, see that little accumulation right there on the RSI? Let me just go back to AMP. You remember we saw that? This is on the daily scale. That little accumulation right there. See it? So we had this spike come down. This little accumulation right there. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at in Bitcoin Cash. Just as an example, I know AMP doesn't perfectly match up, but where have we seen this before? I took a screenshot of this. Okay, take a look at this. So where are we here? Bitcoin Cash. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, this is all right. So do you see how we have this crash here, and then it comes up, kind of a rally, dip, recovery, rally, has another dip, kind of recovery, small dip, and then off to the races, right? And well, do you know where this was? That was back in June. Crash, rally, dip, recovery, rally, another dip in here somewhere, and the last dip right before we launched. That was back in June when we had that massive pump, that dip right there. Okay, So this is what I'm looking at. This is Solana. Solana kind of has the same thing. You have the crash, you have a recovery, rally, a dip, recovery, rally, a dip, and then there's maybe another dip there, but there's that one last little tiny dip right before it went up. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin Cash, where we're at right now. Let me get to the right picture. Here we go. Okay, so we got the crash, recovery, rally, dip, recovery, rally. There's a dip right there. Recovery, one last dip, boom. I mean, it's the exact same. You know, just so the minor variations because we're on the hourly scale. So you can almost even see it with the MACD. MACD came down, kind of a recovery there, rally, dip, kind of came recovery, rally, had another dip, recovery, one last dip before he launched, right? Look at this. Crash, recovery, rally. We have a dip, small recovery, rally. Now this is a little bit different. This dip here, that was you know, again, small variations on the hourly scale, but it'd be like that. Another dip, recovery, rally, that last dip before we take off. It's consistent in many of the other coins as well. Solana, this is on the hourly scale. Check this out. Oh, I think I just did this, right? But anyway, the point is we have a crash, recovery, rally, dip, recovery, rally, dip, recovery, one last dip before you launch up. And so that pattern is seen in a lot of different areas. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. Again, just given all the other indicators, I think this is the last moments to get in before we really launch. So again, we could come down a little bit more. I'm kind of watching that little dip right there. This is on the hourly scale. If we look at 4 hourly and MACD, look at that. You know, it's kind of pointing down, but let's even go farther out to the daily. And you see how the MACD kind of comes down, touches. It might cross a little bit there and then go. So, you know, we're within a day or so, but yeah, we're very, very, very close. And the upside potential here for the percentages, if we head to that 4.236, which a lot of the other coins have done, then, and again, we can find this pattern if you watch Crypto Front. Check out his YouTube channel. Crypto Front has more on this pattern I was just pointing out, because it is all over the place. And once you see it, it's hard not to see it. You kind of see it all over the place. But again, we're in a bullish pattern. See how everything's slanted up there? We got all this higher lows all throughout here. So everything's higher. And we look at the weekly. I mean, look at that. This thing's just starting. We have like 3 greens underneath that on the weekly. RSI came up, came down for a week, and now the next leg is up. And this week ends on Sunday, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong there. But anyway, you look at Solana as an example. And you see how on the weekly, so on the weekly, you know, Solana came up, came down, I mean, kept shooting up there. So we've got a long way to go yet. And I think it's going to be a really exciting next couple days, because Bitcoin Cash tends to move really fast, really fast. So I this morning even I saw it was at 470, and I thought, okay, well, it's going. But I was a little nervous because I was like, where's the dip? I didn't like it just going right here. And so I actually traded this, sold there and rebought right there, and it was a pretty good swing. So because I was expecting a dip, a small dip, and I think this is our last chance to get in. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video, and I think everything's on track. You know, I guess we'll see, right? Could always be wrong. This is not financial advice. Kind of keep an eye on it, do what you will. But if this indeed is like it was back in June, and we had a little dip, and this thing launches, keep this in mind. I don't think we're ever going to see these prices again on Bitcoin Cash. Ever. I do think we're going to have a big pullback eventually after we get to that 4.236. I mean, even within here, we'll probably come up, hit the 618, you know, maybe consolidate for a few days, a couple days, maybe even not that long. AMP didn't, and again, Bitcoin Cash tends to move pretty quick. We might come up here, touch this descending line that I've had drawn for a long time that covers the whole map, the whole graph. So, you know, all that is possible, but the point is, I think we're going to go, and I explained this in 2 videos ago, so if you want, you can just watch that, but I think we're going to go up to that 4.236 in short order. When I say that, I mean within a couple weeks, and so we'll say by the end of the month, or maybe by April 1st, and then come back down and do kind of an ABC correction. So, and then we'll take off, because that, in my opinion, is this up here is the end of phase D, and then we go into phase E on Wyckoff accumulation. So if you haven't read Wyckoff, I guess you're just listening to some crazy dude, amateur, on YouTube. But if you read Wyckoff, then maybe you can look at what I'm saying and go, yeah, I see what he's looking at. Or maybe you could say, nope, I think he's wrong. But it's good information. It'd take you 10 minutes. Just look up Wyckoff accumulation. Take 10 minutes to read that. It's all over. It's all free. You can just Google it, Wyckoff, and check that out. It would be wise to do it if you have any kind of investment, whether it's stocks or anything, commodities or crypto or anything, because he detailed patterns to look for, because all stocks are manipulated. Hard pill to swallow? Well, I mean, it's true, and it always makes sense. I mean, if you have the money to control markets, you would never just go buy at a high price. You would drive the price down, you would buy low, and then you'd drive the price up and sell high. So I'm not faulting it, it's just the reality. All right, anyway, I think Bitcoin Cash is ready to go. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll be the first person to sell. So you keep an eye on it, and again, I'm just an amateur investing in my own stuff. So take a look at it for yourself. All these other coins I think are getting ready to go too, and I was kind of debating what's going to go first, ICP or Bitcoin Cash or Jasmy, or XCN. I think it has another push here. Their Quant, that's also right in the doorstep, ready to go. All these are. they might all just do it at the same time, and I hope they don't, because I'd be looking to do some rotation, because I literally put all my eggs on Bitcoin Cash. So again, I'll keep a close eye on it myself. All right, so if it doesn't pump, don't think I'm in that same boat. So if it doesn't go, and I'm completely off here, timing, everything else, I have no hesitation to switch into other coins and things like that. I mean, it doesn't cost me much to do that, and I do it all the time. I trade literally millions of dollars every month, and I don't have millions of dollars, but I trade millions of dollars because I do a lot of trades, and I catch small percentages here and there, and probably not the best strategy. I know others that just buy and hold, and they actually come out a little bit better in some areas. Sometimes I'm able to beat it, but anyway, I do have my long-term holdings I keep in a wallet. I don't touch it. And then I have others that I kind of just play around with, and I leave it on the exchange. So anyway, that's me, just because I enjoy it. All right, hope you guys all do well, and we'll see how this goes today. Peace.